What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cornelia back for another episode of Black News, a podcast where we break down current events, hot topics, and local stories involving Black people. Now let's get into it. Fresh out the movie theaters this past weekend, I'm reporting to you all, I saw The Little Mermaid. Here to say that I highly enjoyed it, highly recommend. I give it maybe like a 9 out of 10. Like it's high up for me for many reasons, but congrats to Halle Bailey and the entire cast of Disney's The Little Mermaid for a great opening weekend. As of now, the weekend projections for the 4-day weekend, it made $118 million. And in the 3-day time frame, it did $96 million. And that's just, if I'm not mistaken, that's just the U.S. numbers. Great movie. It was so good. I told y'all, I ain't had no kid, okay? I was the kid, okay? I was nurturing my inner child, and I went. And lo and behold, there were a lot of other Black girls in there my age who were nurturing their inner child as well, okay? Half the movie theater was adults. And I'm not meaning adults with kids. I'm talking about solo adult. One girl had her boyfriend up in there, which reminded me when I was a young girl, maybe 9th grade. I made my 9th grade boyfriend take me to go see Spice World. So I understand, sis. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Bruh, you got to come too. But it was great. So, couple things. I did not rewatch the original before this. So I really don't remember the original front to back. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want to compare too much. But in this rendition, I do remember in the first one versus this one, Ariel only had one song in the other one. And then she had her siren song, the mermaid anthem that she would use when it came time for Ursula to steal her voice. Now she had a couple new songs thrown in. Now, while she didn't have a voice, they made it so that it was like her inner thoughts singing songs. But it was cool that they gave her more opportunities to sing. Because if you're going to cast Halle Bailey, she going to have to sing. One song ain't good enough. Even though she killed Part of Your World. Like that first song, when I tell you, people were crying. Like she did. There was no other person who could do this movie. And I know we've been saying that before we even saw it. And I know the director was saying that and we believed him. But watching her, and after she did that first song, there ain't nobody else who could have did this. Like there's nobody else who could have played that. I can't think of nobody else who could have sung, brought the emotion, can look like a Disney princess, still be within that age range. I can't think of nobody. Okay. This role was hers. But going back to the songs, they also made some new songs for some other characters within the movie. Awkwafina's character, whatever we gonna say about Awkwafina, we just gonna leave it at that. She had a song, which it was like a rap. And there, they gave Eric another song, I believe. I don't remember if that was his original song or if it was new, but they gave him an opportunity to sing as well. So overall, I thought it was a really good time. It was just really good. It didn't seem forced. It was just a good old time in the movie. And so a couple shout outs. One, I found out today when I was watching a clip from the director talking about the choreography in the movie and how they made it look so real with the sea creatures and plants and the living things under the sea, dancing and just making it a complete world. And he actually said that he enlisted the Alvin Ailey Dance Company to choreograph and to dance as those plants and flowers and things. So again, Black people, we gonna be up in the building, okay? We gonna make everything better. We just gonna make it better. Also, shout out to Halle Bailey for withstanding some of the worst criticism that we have seen leading up to this. People were going crazy in a negative way by the fact that she was cast as Ariel, because again, in the movie, which is a cartoon, Ariel was white. So they were pissed off about it. But adding, mermaids aren't real. And the best person who should have got the job. Because I can't think of no non-black girl who could have got it because Ariel is Halle Bailey. So it is what it is. But overall, it was a good old time. It was just a fantastic movie. Again, not worried about a 9 out of 10. The only reason I won't give it a 10 is because the storyline of The Little Mermaid is still, it's the storyline. Okay? Because let's really put into perspective. Eric and them had on the colonizer outfits. They were on an old school ship, which to me looked like it had slaves in the bottom. I'm just saying, this was set in the 17 or the 1800s. Sebastian, he West Indian, so they had to be in West Indian waters. They were in the Caribbean, which tells me Halle, aka Ariel, left the sea to go live with a colonizer. Who am I to not know that eventually they're going to turn on her and make her a slave? Like, they some slave owners, okay? Eric and them, they some colonizers, the real kind. So to me, it's just a story, okay? It's just a story. But overall, it was a good movie. It was a good time. Did y'all see it? What did y'all think? Hit me up on social media with your thoughts. The legendary Tina Turner has passed away at age 83 and what is now or was now her country of citizenship in Switzerland. I don't know why. Tina Turner, again, she was 83 years old, and if you've been following her interviews or her last documentary, you could kind of tell that she was winding down just by the way she was talking. But I don't know why this just made me so sad, or like it was like sadness mixed with joy, mixed with remembering legacy. This just had me really emotional for some reason, and it was very interesting feeling. So Tina Turner, self-explanatory, right? A lot of people who, unless you had like a family who was really into music, and you are my age or our age, you probably did not know about Tina Turner until What's Love Got to Do with the song came out, or What's Love Got to Do with It, the movie. There are people younger than us who did not know that there was a movie. They've never seen it. So they don't know the legend of Tina Turner. They don't know about Ike and Tina Turner Review. They don't know that Mick Jagger was standing on the sidelines of Tina Turner while they were touring with them and was jacking her style. They don't know that Janis Joplin was doing interviews telling people that the person that she looked up to as far as for performance and who she mimics herself after is Tina Turner. They missed all of that. But for those of us who remember, and I'm not saying remember like I was born when she was like performing. I'm saying I've always known Tina Turner's music. It was just, she just has an exceptional legacy. And I don't know. Again, I don't know why it makes me so sad. You know why? One thing, what it is too, because of what she had to endure. I highly recommend y'all watch her most recent documentary on HBO. She really and I didn't read her books, but she really goes into detail about what Ike was doing to her. He was torturing her. Ike Turner was torturing that woman. And for her to leave that situation with no money, restart her career in her 40s, climb her way back to the top, reinvent herself, and become what can be considered the queen of rock and roll as a black woman past what Hollywood calls your prime, that is exceptional and unheard of. And she was performing well into her 60s. So just an overall exceptional woman. But one thing that is unfortunate with this is how even in death, people were still attaching her legacy and the reporting of her death to the brutality that she endured with Ike Turner. And I understand that as a major part of her story, but the height of her career was after him and had nothing to do with him, which she said was one of the things that she had a problem with. She wrote a book so she can not have to talk about it anymore. And she just said that just made it worse. She could never escape people asking her about it and bringing that up and reminding her, to the point where she it sounded like she was like, forget America. Y'all on some BS. Y'all on that bullshit. I'ma go over here to Switzerland where I'm loved with her husband who took care of her and loved her. She calls him her first husband, her first marriage, until the end of her time. So I understand it. People were also bringing up the fact that they were saying she don't like black people. Let me just say this. When What's Love Got to Do With It came out, and once memes became a thing, that Ike Turner played by Lawrence Fishburne meme and all of the memes associated been on the internet since that moment in time. If you were abused and tortured, you and black people were making a joke about your trauma, would you be wanting to kiki up with them you know what's? Would you be cool with people making jokes about your torture? Hey, maybe it's time for some self-reflection and who we are to our legends within the black community. In this case, that's all I'm saying. But with that, again, this one really made me sad. Tina Turner was a legend. She was just fantastic, man. Just all around performer and a talent, and just hearing from her friends and people who knew her, she was just a genuine good person. Some of the illnesses that she battled, she had intestinal cancer. Her husband gave her a kidney. She'd been going through it. So the fact that she made it to 83, that is a journey within itself. And adding, I have not seen her Broadway show, Tina. I ain't in New York, and I ain't been in New York. I wanted to fly out to see it when the original Tina, Adrienne Warren, was in the role, but I just didn't get a chance to. But it's going to be in LA in June, and guess what? I'm about to get them expensive ass tickets, because I looked before Tina had passed away. Tickets was expensive, and I know they're going to be crazy to get. So I'm going to get my nosebleed seat, because y'all know I like to sit in the front, but I ain't about to pay no $400 for the ticket. So once I go see the show, I will report back. I know I'm going to be crying, because I'll be crying. But overall, what did you... Or better yet, what has Tina Turner's legacy done for you, and what has it meant to you? Were you affected by her life in any way, and by her passing? And are you like me and are appreciative of everything that she offered this world in regards to her talent and her person? And are you like me where you hope that she rests in peace? Hit me up at Canelia with their thoughts. Remember when Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter Blue Ivy was just a baby? Y'all remember when she was a baby? Y'all, now Blue Ivy done growed up and is on stage with her mom overseas dancing. Okay, Blue Ivy done growed up. Y'all, Jay-Z has a kid. Like, he got 3 kids. I can't believe it. I still can't believe that Jay-Z got kids. I can believe Beyonce got kids, but I can't believe Jay-Z got kids. And one of them kids is maybe, I think they said Blue Ivy's like 11, dancing on stage at the tour. Y'all, what is happening? So on the European leg of the Renaissance tour, there was a surprise debut of Blue Ivy Carter. Now let's back it up though for a minute. Blue Ivy was also in the Oscars performance that Beyonce did of Be Alive, the soundtrack song for Venus and Serena's father's movie, King Richard. So this ain't her first time really like performing, but this her first time performing in front of 70,000 people. I know that much. Okay. Blue Ivy was at the dance studio at rehearsals with her mama. After school, she probably came after school because, you know, the girl got school. And she was probably in them dance rehearsals, learning the moves, and said, Mama, I want to learn. Or Beyonce said, well, you know the moves. You want to do it? You sure you want to do it? And child, they done let Blue Ivy perform in front of 70,000 people. I can't believe it, but it's just so unreal. Because, a lot of people talk about nepotism and kids having access. I hope one day I have kids and they get to reap the benefits of everything I work for. I ain't one of them people. Put your kid on. If you got opportunity, don't make it harder for them. Put her on. You want to dance in front of 70,000 people? Dance. You want to try it? Okay, you can try it. And to the point where it wasn't even a one-time thing, because let me say this. The first performance, Blue Ivy looked a little nervous. Okay, bless her heart. She looked a little nervous. She was a little, a little dry. Second performance with the red outfit on, Blue Ivy, she watched that footage. And she said, oh, I see. I took the notes. Like her mother and her father took the notes, came back and I'm talking about she was going full out. So Blue Ivy is officially, she one of them. And by one of them, I mean one of them performers, okay? She's following the footsteps of her parents. But what did y'all think about? What do y'all think about this idea, right? Because a lot of parents, and maybe it's a generational thing, or maybe it's just a good parent versus bad parent thing, where some people want their kid to have hardships because they had hardships. Some people are like, well, I had to work for it. You need to work for it too. And some people be like, I had to work for it, so you don't have to work for it. I did all the work so you can have access. Where do y'all stand on this? Again, I don't have children, so I can't be like, when I had kids, I see people do that all the time. And when they had kids, they don't be doing none of that shit. They turn into a whole different person, or their kid turns out to be someone that they did not expect. Because you got to raise the kid that you were given. You don't raise the kid based on how you feel. That's a whole nother conversation. But what would y'all reaction be? Personally, I hope that I would be supportive in that case. I would aim to be like, okay, girl, let's do it. You practiced, you worked hard. Let's get you one of the outfits, get you a costume. We gonna practice. Then after practice, you gonna perform. After the performance, you gonna watch the footage. You gonna make the notes. You gonna get back out there. You gonna keep working it. Keep doing it. Keep training that muscle. I hope that I will be that kind of parent, because I've seen both sides of this, especially being in entertainment. And I've seen both sides. I'm just gonna say that, especially with a lot of these kid entertainers. I've seen both sides. But what do y'all think about the whole situation? Would y'all let y'all child perform? Would y'all let y'all child perform after only doing it for a short amount of time when you've been doing it for years? What are your thoughts on this? Hit me up. I'm interested to know. Hit me up on social media and chime in. On this week's episode of Black News, we talked about the opening weekend for The Little Mermaid and Halle Bailey's fantastic performance in that movie. Nobody could have done it better. Okay, she was the only person with a job. Next, we talked about the legacy and the life of Tina Turner, who passed away this past week at the age of 83. And we also quickly recapped Blue Ivy Carter's performance on the Renaissance tour, and the question of, would you or would you not let your child partake in the opportunities that you did not have as a child? Hit me up with your thoughts and chime in about all or none, and I'll check back with you guys next time. That's it for this week's episode of Black News, y'all. Thanks again. Thank you. And thank you again so much for sticking with us, supporting the podcast, liking and subscribing on all apps where podcasts can be heard, rating 5 stars and leaving a comment. It helps more than you know. So I really, really appreciate it. And keep sharing Black News with all of your friends and family. Be sure to hit me up on social media if you got ideas for topics. Or just hit me up in general to let me know you've been listening. Let me know your thoughts. I'm at Cornelia on all platforms across the board. That's at Cornelia, like Kenny and Ophelia. Also check my website. I got some shows coming up in Los Angeles County. Hopefully get on the road soon. But for now, if you're in the LA area, hit me up. Check Cornelia.com for show dates and details. And as always, Thanks again so much, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Keep supporting, keep growing, keep building, keep staying safe, and keep staying healthy. As always, again, I'll see you back here next time, same time, same place. Bye.